Hey, what's going on, guys? Christian Hanna Horror here today, and today let's do 5 VESTRON titles that I want you to own. We just did Vinegar Syndrome. You know, VESTRON's back. They brought back 2 titles just recently, and most of their titles are still readily available to get. You can find them. If they're not available on Amazon Prime, go to eBay, you'll find them. They've got a great selection, and quite frankly, I think the sky is the limit with them. There are some really great possibilities in the future for titles for them to release. I'm going to show you 5 here that I think if you're going to start getting into the VESTRON titles, these are 5 absolute home runs on every front for you. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this, and we're going to start it out with a bang. Number 5 rather, the Waxwork 1 and 2 double pack. Now, I have a Waxwork poster in here, so if a movie like that gets real estate in the horror room, which I just downsized, by the way, you know it's worth my time, and I'm hoping it'll be worth your time, but I really think it will be worth your time. Waxwork is a very fun, imaginative movie that does so many things right, has a great cast, great sense of humor, good gore, and great special effects work. If you're a werewolf fan, you'll be satisfied. If you kind of like medieval looking stuff, you'll love it. I love this movie. Waxwork is money. Waxwork 2 is pretty good too, but the real star of this is Waxwork 1. And what's really cool about this is when you take off that slip, you can get the full front artwork of the first one, or you can flip it for part 2. What a poster. I mean, that's a great looking poster. That's why I put it in the horror room. This Blu-ray release looks great. It sounds great. I love it. It's got a audio commentary with Zach Galligan. Theatrical trailer, still commentaries and featurettes. You know, great stuff. This is just one of my favorite Blu-rays I own. I love this movie. It's just fantastic. So that is number 5. We're going to move right ahead to number 4. This is the very first VESTRON title I ever bought. I was going to Best Buy. The title, the franchise, or the brand was just launched, basically. And I remember we were going to the store, Best Buy, to just look at movies, and all of a sudden my wife was like, hey, let's get that. That movie was Blood Diner. Now, Blood Diner is an excellent, fun 80s horror comedy. Great sense of humor. Gross out stuff. I love Blood Diner. It is like a VESTRON classic. I remember seeing the artwork for this all the time at this Goodwill when I would go look at VHS tapes, and I would not grab it. I regret till this day not grabbing Blood Diner because I was like, I've never heard of that. Maybe it's no good. Biggest regret of my life. But VESTRON put this Blu-ray out, and it was the first one I bought. I did not make the same mistake twice. What a great way to be introduced to VESTRON. Blood Diner is great, guys. I highly recommend checking this out, especially if you're a fan of horror comedy. I don't think you can really go wrong with Blood Diner. It's money. I love it so much. So, yeah, another great picture quality on that. You got a featurette of Queen Kong, the cook, the uncle, and the detective, open for business, scoring the sheeter, and you are what you eat. So many featurettes and interviews. Great stuff. You learn a lot about Blood Diner. Again, what a great way to launch this brand, because it was that and another one. And what do we say? What do? We show the very first. This is the very first edition from VESTRON, and it's number 1 in the line and number 1 in our hearts. Amazing film from an amazing director with an amazing cast. The only film to lie to us, and we forgive it and love it for it. Chopping Mall. Now, what I mean by that is this movie. Obviously, when you look at this, you think it's a slasher film. It's a robot movie. But, you know, we just accept that and we love it. You know, because Chopping Mall is, quite frankly, one of the most awesome, entertaining, fun 80s movies. My first time watching this is one of those terrible 8 movie packs you would get from Walmart, which are still cool in their own right, which is why I never got rid of any of them. But this movie, wow. I mean, Barbara Crampton, great cast. They're all spending the night in the mall, having fun, doing things that teenagers do when these killbots that are supposed to protect and serve in the mall, kind of like a RoboCop style Ed 209 thing, go haywire and start trying to kill everybody in the mall. Great 80s entertainment. What a fun movie. I just love Chopping Mall, guys. This Blu-ray from VESTRON is a great way to go. Great commentaries, featurettes. Again, Chopping Mall from VESTRON is just money. What a way to start a label. All right, the next one. This is a movie that I bought from FYE years ago. Actually, I bought it at a Sam Goody. And this is one of those movies that when I first started watching this, I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. And then the movie got better and crazier. And I think it's one of the most underrated 80s movies. I really do. That movie is The Gate. Now, this has to be one of the best movies that VESTRON put out. And I'm talking about in terms of just best, you know. The Gate is absolutely fantastic and underrated. I can't say enough good things about The Gate. Two kids, you know, they're in the backyard. There's a hole to hell back there. One kid's just like, play this record backwards. This is what this stuff's all about. They start to mess around with it. Monsters come out of the hole. What a movie. The Gate is amazing. I really can't say enough good things about The Gate. This movie is a masterpiece, in my opinion. I like The Gate too, but it's very different, a little bit more laid back and storytelling. But Gate 1 is amazing. If you haven't seen The Gate, this is trust me, this is a straight up go ahead and buy it. All of these are, but this one for sure, just go buy it. Just go buy it now and watch it. The Gate, just amazing. And last but certainly not least, I'd be remiss not to have this in the list. This is why I had it, number 1 in this video. If you know me, you know that Return of the Living Dead is my favorite movie on the planet. I adore Return of the Living Dead Part 2, and 3 is no exception. It's also one of my all-time favorites. VESTRON gave us Return of the Living Dead Part 3, and they did a home run with it, and I'm so glad that this movie came out on this label because it's a perfect fit. Return of the Living Dead 3 is just a great sequel because it does its own thing and still respects trioxin, 2,4,5-trioxin, and all that stuff. It's a Romeo and Juliet love story. It's a coming-of-age movie. I love it. I mean, it's got a lot going on. Brian Yusta just made a really, really good film. The rewatch value on 3 is so high, I could probably watch this movie once a week and not get tired of it. I mean, that's the truth. So Return of the Living Dead Part 3 is absolutely perfect. You get a great interview with J. Trevor Edmond, who was an actor at the time, and he got out of acting not too long after this movie. And, you know, he talks about his time in acting and how the fans he's blown away by the love the fans have given him. So Return of the Living Dead Part 3, absolute must-buy. Can't put that one high enough. So guys, so those are 5 VESTRONs I think you could jump right into and just get hours of entertainment out of all of these. So if you haven't bought any of these, take it as my personal recommendation to check these out. And if you have these, let me know which of these is your favorite. This is Christian Hanna Horror saying, happy movie collecting.